Okay, this is going to be a very short video asking a very simple question. Okay, basically what it is you guys will notice that for most of my videos I've been putting out, I've been using Maya 2009. Now, 2009 is a variation in the version that I got when I was working in school, and 2012 is a newer version that I actually purchased when I was able to and could afford it. However, I found myself using 2009 more than 2012, not just because of familiarity, but for three big problems. And the first of the big problems is the one that I want to address. If I could get that problem solved, I would work with the others. But problem one doesn't seem to have an easy solution. So let's talk about what that is. If you notice, the UI here has all of the tools I need here. They have this little block here. And then they have my perspective and outliner, which I like. Okay. They have my 4 views. So when I click this, I have my 4 views. Now, I could also access that using the spacebar, but I don't want to use the spacebar, and the spacebar doesn't work a lot of times. A lot of times when you're working in rigging and animation, you hit the spacebar, it makes it play, or it chooses a selection, or you lose the number of CVs or things you grab, and you got to make a quick select set. It's very convenient for me to be able to hit the spacebar and to go from individual things like this. And finally, when animating, this is a necessity. Now, notice that if I hit the spacebar and I come back, you have this Maya help button here. But look what happens when I go over it. It vanishes. It disappears. Okay? That's good. I don't want this here. This is pointless. I have a help shelf devoted to helping me. It's got all these different help options. I don't need a button here. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It vanishes and it gives me my perspective outliner and a custom shelf. Alright? And in order to close all this stuff, if I wanted to create space for more, I just hit this, and this, and this, and it's gone. And I can have all the buttons I want. And then when I go to display UI elements, restore all UI elements, it ends up giving me all the buttons I want, all of my tools, and all I have to do is hit that restore, and it fixes any kind of mistake I may have done where I accidentally clicked something. I like this. This is very usable. This should be editable, and it is editable. I know it's editable because if we go to a tutorial, because I wouldn't just make a video like this asking for help without trying to research it myself first. But by the way, all these beginner user interface videos, none of them show how to resize or readjust the UI. They all go over what the shelf does and what the, tool shelves do and what the different geometry, polygons, animations, all the menu sets, and then they just talk about the toolbar, all the different tools, and then they go right on to here and they move on to the time slider. No one actually explains how to get this, but look what he did. This is what I want. Notice how he has all of his buttons, and then he has his perspective. This could be perspective outliner if he wants, but he's got a perspective outliner and his perspective, and he's got his 4 views, and he's got his graph editor, and he's even got a hypershade here. Or a hypergraph, okay? And then he has this stupid little help button, and it's a lot smaller. So it's obvious that what he probably did somehow was he scaled this down, okay? If we go into 2012, this is what you're presented with out of the box. And it's not easy to change. Notice that you have all of your tools, which are fine. You have this block here, which does nothing but take space up. You can't adjust it. You can't fix it. Okay, it has the settings for the universal manipulator. How wonderful. Okay, then you have the perspective outliner, which is good. That's the one thing that's actually correct. And then my 4 views, I can barely get to it. And the only reason I can get to it is because I move this down. If I move it up or down, this thing is here, right? And now notice that as I move over this, it doesn't disappear. It doesn't go away like I don't want it. And left clicking does nothing. I can't open up a menu that says go away. Alright, if I move this, it appears to create room, but they just jump right back. So if I try to move this, the only thing I can do is move it up and down. That's all I can do. Oh, no, I can't do that. I'm sorry. Didn't work. So I can't even move this up. Okay, that worked. Notice that it just jumps back. The same thing happens when you select this. It just jumps back. No matter where you put it. You put it over here, it jumps back. Okay? So I know that to scale everything down is not as simple as holding shift and moving this up or down. And it should be. Or holding control or alt and doing it. And it should be, but it's obviously not because that's not working. So it's a simple problem, but I don't know what the solution is. And I've tried Googling it. I've tried looking at tutorial videos. And no one seems to be talking about it. And I can't believe that other people have not run into this issue. And maybe it's such a simple thing that no one felt the need to ask about it. But it's annoying me, and it's causing me to use 2009 over 2012, despite this being the school version. Because it works, and I can actually use this, you know, in a workflow. The pipeline here is ridiculous. I have to work using the outliner here, and then when I want to go, when I'm rigging, and I want to switch from the side to the top to the perspective, whatever, I got to hit the space bar, which loses all of my, look at that. I hit the space bar, what did it do? It gave me my outliner again. So, if I can't get to, see, okay, finally. Now, if I can't get to this, if this is being covered by this, which it was, I ended up dragging it down. This is the best I could do to get this little tip here. Then hitting the space bar gives me my outliner. It doesn't give me my orthographic view. I have to click this in order to make the space bar work. So the space bar option isn't even feasible. Because if I can't get to this, then I got to go through window, which is pointless. It's ridiculous. There's absolutely no reason why I can't have my 3 windows. All I'm asking for is 3. I don't need all of these. I'd be happy if he showed me how he did that. But all I really truly need is my outliner perspective, my 4 views, and my perspective and hypergraph. Graph editor, actually. And 2012 doesn't let me have that. So if somebody knows how to fix this problem and scale this up or down so that it gives me the buttons that I need and get rid of this stupid help button thing, because when you click this, that's what it does. It gives you like the help, you know, desk thing here. Oh, and before anyone asks, I've clicked that button, gone to the site, and looked it up on Maya as well. All they tell you is you can move around this, and it doesn't work. So if there's any solution that anybody knows to this, please help me out. I'd really appreciate it. It is a very frustrating thing, and I'd really like to get into 2012 because I've heard it's got some really cool stuff with Human IK and Dynamica and Bullet and all that stuff. But I can't really mess with it if I can't use it because I don't like having to be corralled into using an interface that is just so clunky. So thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day.